Guys, welcome back to Juji Talks. I'm sorry I've been out of it. I've just been very sick. I'm finally able to, do stuff. So I've just been catching on. Again, I'm very sorry. I'm trying to go ahead and just keep my Wednesdays. But I'm sorry very late posting this as well. I haven't stopped all day, so this is the time. So I don't know how long this video is gonna go for, but I definitely want to give you guys as much information as I possibly can, especially since I missed last Wednesday. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out with like how I start my days now, and how I used to start my days in the past. So basically like a back and forth between, what I used to do and what I do now, which really has helped me, grow and be where I'm at, because of these, changes. So I guess I'll start with the mornings. So back then, I used to wake up, right like 30 minutes before the kids had to go to school, or just enough time to go ahead and wake up, get them ready, get myself ready, and just get out the door and head out like a maniac. Honestly, it was just like it wasn't working. So now I just wake up at 5 a.m. I usually have an hour for myself, then another hour to go ahead and get the stuff ready. And then I'll have time to go ahead and get the kids, to school and on time. I get to have breakfast, which before I wouldn't have breakfast. I just skip all the way up to lunch, basically fasting on like coffee and water, which is not the healthiest way to go ahead and go live about. So also, what I've also done is of listening to music in the mornings, since I already had an hour to myself, I'll go ahead and take the rest of the time as much as time as possibly I can to go ahead and listen to podcasts. Look, I listen to Gary V's podcast, JDL, John D. Loomis. He has a Fire Nation podcast. Those are actually like my two go-tos. I do have two other ones that I don't listen to as much, but they also have a lot of great content as well. That one's more like networking, but I know networking is actually very important. So yeah, search up your music for podcast. Honestly, there's so much to learn out there, and it's free. You don't have to pay for it. Like literally, I listen on Google Play, as I'm an Android user, so which is great. Honestly, I'm pretty sure it's on the Apple software. If not, go ahead and just download Google Play. You can do that. I believe you could do that on Apple. I'm not exactly sure. I wouldn't know. I'm not an Apple user. Only for my Mac. So excuse me if I'm wrong. But yeah, guys, go ahead and just start changing up some habits. Also going to sleep early. I know this is very contradicting since I'm uploading this video a little bit later than usual, but I never go to sleep past 10 p.m. Usually by 9 I'm already knocked out. Getting your 8 hours of sleep is definitely very important. You just gotta stay refreshed. Sometimes I do find myself where like I'm like trying to cram up so much information and just try to put it all in like one day, and honestly it's like not a good idea. You need to space things out, and not stress yourself out, because honestly you're just gonna end up hurting yourself more than helping yourself. I mentioned networking. Look, the Amazon FBA community out there is amazing. Everybody's very friendly, especially anybody who's even already hitting 6, 7, 8 figures. They're all very friendly. They'll go ahead and give you tips and tricks without having to pay anything. Even myself, I know some things. I'm not an expert, but I am honestly very open. You guys can go ahead and message me through Instagram, through here, on YouTube. Any way you guys find the most comfortable to go ahead and get to me, go ahead and just ask questions away. I'll even do I guess you guys can go ahead and send me in questions that you guys want me to answer on here. I'll definitely answer the ones I know. The ones I don't know, I'll go ahead and mention them on here anyways, but I'll just let you know that I don't have the answer for you. Just because I'm not gonna go ahead and lie to you guys. Like, why am I gonna make myself seem like I know something when I don't? I'm not the type of person. So, honestly, guys, it's just like like I said, it's networking is very, very important. I've made some really nice, good friends out of this. And I've learned so much because everybody just has a different point of view, and it's good to know not everybody is raised the same way, so which is really awesome. So I guess I can go into some tips and tricks that I've learned throughout my experience. One of the things that I've never seen mentioned in any of the videos that I've seen is I'm gonna go ahead and give you two things for now. It's the fact of, well, three restrictions, also money that's being reserved, and gated and ungated. So I'll go ahead and start with restrictions. Let me start in order. So basically, there's a lot of restrictions out there, especially if you're starting out. Look, the best way to start, I feel, is probably with like books, just because it's something that you can't really be gated in books. It's very rare if you are, and usually there's a way around it. So once you do that and you have at least some sales under your belt, start applying for anything that you want to sell, and just apply for the application. You literally know within seconds whether you're approved or not, and you'd be surprised. You get approved very, very quickly. Just go ahead and try. Give it a try. Always have it on your phone. You don't have to do it through a computer. Just make sure you're through the Seller Central app via the Chrome extension, but not the app version. It has to be like the full site version. And just go to inventory, add a product, put in the ASIN, and go ahead and you'll have the you view listing information, and then request approval, and then you go ahead and request approval, and it'll tell you whether or not you're approved or not, or whether you need invoices. So that's that on restrictions. The other thing I had mentioned was reserved money. So when you're starting out, Amazon tends to reserve some of your money that you have made, and that really took me by surprise. I was like, whoa, where did this come from? So basically, it's Amazon's way of making sure that you are real and you're not a scammer, and that you're selling things that are authentic. So just know that the first month or two, you might get partial of your money, and then the rest you will get it. No, that's no doubt at all. It's gonna be reserved for Amazon's purposes of making sure you're legit. So gated and ungated. So I found out that you can get ungated on things, but then get gated on them again, and you have to you gotta request approval again. That really sucked, because that came out of nowhere. But just be careful with that. Always look at your inventory. Make sure that everything's working fine, and that you don't have any flags on any of your products. Because next thing you know, you're expecting here that something's gonna sell, and then all of a sudden you see, oh well, they kind of gated me again, or it's just inactive because it's either overpriced or underpriced. Like, there's so many reasons why you can just not be able to sell your product, but being gated in one of them could be an issue as well. Especially now, I have a product that I have 69 of, and literally I got gated and it's inactive, and I'm freaking out. So hopefully tomorrow I get an answer from Amazon, and they tell me what the hell happened, because it's not cool. So if anything, most likely I'll just ask for that product to be returned, and get my capital back and spend that capital on something else. It's all part of the game, honestly. You just got to look at it with an open mind, that you learn from your mistakes. It wasn't a mistake, it was just something unexpected, but you just got to find a way out. And thankfully, I keep my receipts, which is something very important, guys. You have to keep your receipts. This is very, very important, because in times like this, I need my receipts to go ahead and return all this, because I'm pretty sure this location will not let me return all this under my my driver's license. So definitely go ahead and make sure you keep your receipts. I actually just bought today my little receipt, kind of like a little folder. It's like a coupon thing. It was like $4 at Walmart. And just keep your receipts in there. Just don't lose them. You're gonna need them for tax season, especially if you've grown and you've made quite some money. You definitely want to go ahead and keep your receipts, and make sure you let the state know that you made money. So I want to stop it here, just because it's 11 minutes. It's going to take some time to go ahead and upload this video. If you guys have any questions, please go ahead and comment down below. Subscribe just so you guys can see what's coming up next. Again, I'm very, very sorry that I wasn't on here last Wednesday. I was just, honestly, I couldn't even get up from my bed. So I'll try to go ahead and post another video maybe before next Wednesday, just so I can kind of make up for what I didn't do last week. But if this was very helpful, go ahead and like it. Again, I'm here to help you guys out. Go ahead, just let me know. All right, you guys, have a great night.